Have you ever wondered how to remain calm and master yourself amidst the storms of life, among the constant turbulence of the world around us? The hardest challenge isn't reacting to the events that happen, but controlling our inner state. Stoic philosophy, particularly through the teachings of Seneca, is not just a set of distant principles, but a mental roadmap that helps us find inner peace and take control of life from within. On this journey, Seneca left us invaluable lessons. 15 practical pieces of advice to help you build resilience and steadfastness in any situation. These habits not only equip you to face adversity, but also open the door for you to discover a stronger, wiser version of yourself. If you're eager to find profound inner transformation, join me as we explore 15 Stoic secrets that will help you master yourself, as Seneca once shared with the world. Number 1. Seek challenges. Have you ever wondered what truly shapes who you are? It's not during moments of comfort or peace, but rather in how you confront challenges and adversity. Trials are not merely obstacles, but mirrors reflecting our inner strength. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "He who is brave is free." By seeking out challenges, we not only strengthen ourselves, but also discover our true limits. So how can you grow if you don't embrace the challenges life throws your way? If you remain in your comfort zone, you will never unlock your full potential. Just as a blade needs to be forged in fire, the human mind and will must be tested through difficulties to become stronger. These challenges could be failures in your career, struggles in relationships, or even internal battles. All of these are valuable lessons if we approach them with the right mindset. In real life, successful individuals are often those who aren't afraid to face difficulties. Look at entrepreneurs like Elon Musk, who repeatedly faced failure with SpaceX and Tesla. If he had avoided challenges, we wouldn't see the technological advances we have today. It's his willingness to embrace hardship and persevere through failure that allowed him to rise above. Facing challenges is not only a way to master yourself, but also a path to discovering the depth of your inner strength. Are you ready to welcome challenges and grow through them? Number 2. Choose your influences wisely. Choosing what influences your life is one of the most important decisions a person can make. The Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "Associate with those who will make a better man of you." The people, ideas, and environment around us have a profound impact on our minds and behavior. To live a life of purpose, selecting positive influences is essential. Ask yourself, do the people you surround yourself with and the content you consume daily help you grow? Or are they holding you back, pulling you into negative cycles? These choices about your influences shape not only who you are today, but also who you will become in the future. A Stoic does not allow themselves to be swept away by trivial or worthless distractions. Instead, they choose relationships, ideas, and activities that foster personal growth, making them stronger and more clear-headed. In the modern world, we see the importance of choosing our influences wisely. For example, someone who spends excessive time on social media is exposed to negative news or unrealistic portrayals and may easily feel insecure, anxious, or lost. On the other hand, those who make wise choices, reading books, learning from successful people, or joining positive communities, tend to feel more confident and motivated to move forward. As Seneca reminded us, you become what you give your attention to. Therefore, be mindful and wise in choosing your influences, because these choices will determine the quality of your life and your growth. Are you ready to reassess the influences around you? Number 3. focus on your response. Life is a continuous flow of events, many of which are beyond our control. But the one thing we can master is ourselves, how we choose to respond when faced with difficulties. How do you react? Do you let yourself be swept up in negative emotions, or do you calmly confront the situation and act wisely? Seneca believed that calmness and emotional control are the keys to maintaining clarity in any situation. For example, when someone insults you, you could get angry and react immediately, or you could restrain yourself, understanding that someone else's emotions don't define your value. It is this choice in every circumstance that truly matters. A powerful example from real life is Viktor Frankl, an Austrian psychologist who survived Nazi concentration camps. In his renowned work, Man's Search for Meaning, Frankl emphasized that even in the most extreme situations, the last of human freedoms is how we choose our attitude and response. He chose to turn suffering into an opportunity to find meaning and grow. Seneca also said, "A man is as unhappy as he has convinced himself he is." So instead of getting caught up in external influences, pause, listen to your emotions, and choose a thoughtful response. This not only helps you master the situation, but also yourself. Have you truly gained control over how you react to life's everyday challenges? Number 4. Say yes to only what matters in our busy modern lives. We often find ourselves caught up in tasks and responsibilities that aren't truly important, making the ability to say no a crucial skill. The Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." He encouraged us to recognize that time is our most valuable asset, and it should be spent on things that truly meaningful and important. The question is, how many times have you agreed to do things you didn't want to, simply out of fear of saying no? And how often have you felt drained of energy because you were chasing after things that ultimately didn't matter? We often forget that, by saying yes to too many things, we inadvertently give up time and energy that could be better spent on what truly matters, the values and goals we aim to pursue. In Stoicism, living according to your purpose and values requires discipline in making choices. Not every invitation deserves our commitment. In real life, take Steve Jobs as an example. He famously shared that the key to his success was his ability to say no to countless opportunities to focus on what truly mattered. By rejecting hundreds of distractions, he created space to concentrate on breakthrough projects that changed the world. Saying yes only to what truly matters is how we protect our time, live a more meaningful life, and avoid getting caught in the cycle of trivialities. Next, let's move on to advice number 5 in our journey of self-discovery and mastering our potential. But before we do, I have a question for you. What would happen if you completely mastered yourself? Stoic philosophy, especially through the teachings of Seneca, emphasizes that mastering oneself is the key to both freedom and inner peace. Number 5. Be a master of yourself. Mastering oneself doesn't mean eliminating emotions, but rather learning to understand and manage them. When faced with failure, instead of letting disappointment overwhelm you, you can choose a wiser response, seeing it as an opportunity to learn and grow. For instance, at work, many people feel stressed under pressure. But imagine if you could control your reactions and not let stress dictate your actions. How much easier would work become? A practical example is elite athletes. Figures like Michael Jordan and Serena Williams are not only known for their extraordinary sports talent, but also for their ability to master their emotions and minds during stressful moments. Under pressure, They don't let negative emotions cloud their abilities. Instead, they maintain focus and calm, which ultimately leads them to victory. So how can we master ourselves? The answer lies in continuously training our willpower and self-awareness. Are you ready to embark on the journey of self-mastery so you are no longer a victim of emotions or circumstances, but instead the driver of your destiny? If you're ready, comment Master Myself to show your commitment to change. Number 6. Protect your time. Have you ever stopped to reflect on whether your time is being wasted on meaningless things? Time is the most valuable asset we have, yet is the easiest to lose if we do not know how to cherish and protect it. Seneca, one of the renowned Stoic philosophers, reminded us that life is short, and how we use our time determines the value of our lives. Protecting your time is not just about managing your daily schedule or work tasks, but also about carefully choosing what deserves your attention. Are you spending too much time on trivial conversations or insignificant tasks that bring no real meaning? Ask yourself, are those passing hours bringing you closer to your goals, or are they just wasted time? In today's world, with the overwhelming presence of social media and distractions that drain our focus, protecting our time has become more crucial than ever. Look at successful individuals like Warren Buffett or Bill Gates. They are well known for their effective time management. They understand that to achieve great things, they must say no to distractions that don't align with their primary goals. Seneca also advised, do not allow yourself to be pulled in all directions. Focus only on what truly matters. Time does not come back, and every minute that passes is a portion of life slipping away. Are you ready to protect your time and dedicate it to things that truly matter? Number 7. Do the hard things first. We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more from imagination than from reality. Seneca, have you ever wondered why difficult tasks often lead to procrastination, even though you know completing them will bring significant benefits? According to Stoic philosophy, tackling hard things first is a way to strengthen willpower and self-control. Seneca's quote highlights that fear and anxiety about difficult tasks are often products of our imagination, and they become much smaller once we actually take action. By prioritizing difficult tasks, we free ourselves from mental burdens and create momentum for easier tasks later. This not only improves performance, but also gives a sense of victory when we overcome the biggest challenges of the day. Imagine you have an important work report to finish. If you delay it, it weighs on your mind all day, causing stress and distraction. But if you tackle it first thing, your mind becomes lighter, allowing you to focus better on other tasks. Successful people like Tim Ferriss and Brian Tracy share this philosophy in their productivity strategies. They encourage the practice of eating the frog, meaning to complete the hardest, most important tasks first thing in the morning. This is not just a time management technique, but a way to build patience and discipline. Are you ready to change your approach to work and take control of your life by starting with the toughest tasks? Try it out. You might be surprised by the strength and power you discover within yourself when you do. We want to take a moment to thank and congratulate you for making it halfway through today's video. Your presence here shows that you are fully committed to this journey of self-improvement. Now, let's shift our attention to the 8 remaining pieces of advice that will guide you in pausing and reflecting as you continue on the path to personal growth. Stay with us, and let's explore how these insights can lead to a more thoughtful and fulfilling life. Number 8. Make others better. Have you ever wondered how to become the best version of yourself? Interestingly, in Stoic philosophy, one of the most effective ways to develop yourself is by helping others become better. Seneca once said, "No one can live happily who has regard to himself alone and transforms everything into a question of his utility." When we invest our time, effort, and intellect to support others, not only do they benefit, but we also grow through the process. To help others, we must first improve ourselves. This isn't just altruism in the usual sense, it's also a way to drive our personal growth. For example, a great teacher not only imparts knowledge but must also continually learn to lead their students further. The progress of the students becomes a motivation for the teacher to keep striving for self-improvement. In everyday life, we see this clearly in figures like Nelson Mandela, who dedicated his entire life to fighting for the rights of others. His devotion to the community helped him become a symbol of strength, patience, and wisdom. Helping others is not only a social obligation but also a pathway to discovering our inner strength and wisdom. When you uplift others, you are also moving closer to your ideal self. Number 9. Practice gratitude in modern life. We often get caught in the cycle of desires, comparisons, and chasing after distant goals. However, Stoic philosophy, particularly through Seneca's teachings, encourages us to pause, look at the simple yet invaluable things we already have, and practice gratitude. From the Stoic perspective, gratitude is not just about being thankful for the good things that come our way, but also about accepting and appreciating every circumstance, whether good or bad. When we are grateful for little things, we cultivate a calm mind free from envy or dissatisfaction. You might wonder, why should I be grateful for difficulties and failures? The answer lies in the fact that every challenge is an opportunity to grow and learn. It is through difficult moments that we truly understand the value of success and happiness. A prime example in life is when we face a significant failure. Instead of blaming life, if we express gratitude for the lesson it brings and view it as an opportunity to improve and develop, we become stronger. Steve Jobs, the founder of Apple, was once fired from the very company he created. Yet, rather than despairing, he was grateful for the experience, which ultimately led him to even greater innovations. Gratitude not only brings peace of mind, but also helps you connect deeply with life. So we'd love to hear from you. What are you grateful for today? Share with us 3 things you're thankful for in the comments below. Number 10. Embrace continuous learning. Have you ever wondered why some people consistently progress while others remain stuck in place? The answer lies in the spirit of continuous learning, a core principle in Stoic philosophy. Seneca, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, once said, "While we teach, we learn." He believed that the learning process never ends, and that knowledge is the guiding light for human growth. Continuous learning isn't just about gathering knowledge from books. It's also about the ability to learn from life, from mistakes, and from ourselves. Are you open to receiving life's lessons? Even when they come through difficulties, failures, or those around you, ask yourself, what have you learned from the challenges you've faced? Stoics see every event in life as an opportunity for growth. Seneca advised us to approach knowledge with an open heart because he believed that only through understanding can a person achieve true freedom. Look at successful individuals like Bill Gates, who never stops learning even after becoming one of the wealthiest people in the world. Gates reads dozens of books each year and is always seeking new knowledge to improve himself. If you stop learning, you stop growing. To master yourself and your life, learning must be a lifelong journey. So, are you ready to embrace the continuous lessons from life and from within yourself? Number 11. Embrace vulnerability. Vulnerability, an inevitable part of life, is often viewed as a weakness. However, the Stoics see it differently. They believe that embracing vulnerability means accepting our true selves with all our flaws, pain, and challenges. By facing vulnerability head-on, we become stronger. Ask yourself, how can we truly grow if we aren't willing to acknowledge our moments of weakness? Denying vulnerability only forces us to resist difficulties, leading to mental and emotional exhaustion. It's only when we accept that vulnerability is a natural part of the human experience that we find real strength. Just like a tree that endures harsh weather to grow stronger, humans need to embrace and learn from their vulnerabilities. In modern life, many hide their pain by curating idealized version selves on social media, presenting a flawless but unrealistic image. However, great individuals are those unafraid to admit their weaknesses. A prime example is Brené Brown, who has spent years studying vulnerability and how it can lead to inner strength. She believes true courage comes from opening up, accepting emotional risks, and through that, connecting more deeply with ourselves and others. Indeed, embracing vulnerability doesn't make us weaker. It helps us build resilience and grow from within. The question you need to ask yourself is, do you have the courage to face your vulnerabilities, confront what hurts you, and transform them into your source of strength? Number 12. Cultivate resilience through adversity. Adversity is not something to be avoided. It is an opportunity to sharpen our spirit and inner strength. We cannot truly know the extent of our strength unless we are tested by challenges. It's during those difficult times, when everything seems to work against us, that we learn the most about resilience and our ability to overcome. Have you ever wondered why some people emerge stronger after experiencing painful setbacks, while others falter? The difference lies in how they face adversity. Stoics believe that adversity is a teacher, a test of perseverance and character. Just as physical training requires resistance to build muscle, our minds need challenges to grow. Seneca once wrote, "The greater the difficulty, the greater the glory." If you avoid hardship, you will never develop the resilience that life demands. Look at Nelson Mandela, who endured 27 years in prison yet emerged with compassion and an unshakable commitment to peace. Adversity didn't defeat him. Instead, it strengthened his spirit. His resilience turned hardship into fuel for changing an entire nation. When facing adversity, ask yourself, is this the moment to fall, or is this the opportunity to rise stronger? Resilience isn't about avoiding challenges, it's about facing them head-on and emerging with a stronger, more steadfast soul. Are you ready to turn setbacks into stepping stones for growth? Number 13. Practice the art of reflection. Practicing the art of reflection is a precious habit in Stoic philosophy, enabling us to deeply examine and assess ourselves. When we pause to reflect, we don't merely evaluate what we've done, we uncover areas for improvement and adjust our actions to live a more meaningful life. Ask yourself, do you take the time to reflect on yesterday? What you did well and what you could have done differently? Reflection is not just a way to learn from mistakes, it's a method to better understand yourself. In a fast-paced world where it's easy to get swept up in tasks and pressures, spending a few minutes each day to reflect helps you regain balance and avoid being consumed by negative emotional spirals. Many successful people, from major entrepreneurs to top athletes, share that they set aside time for reflection before bed. They don't just think about their successes, but also analyze their failures to extract lessons. Abraham Lincoln, the former President of the United States, reportedly spent time each night reflecting on his decisions from the day, asking himself if he had made the right choices. When you start incorporating this practice, ask yourself, have I lived true to my values today? Which decisions have helped me become a better version of myself? Reflection is not only the key to self-understanding, but also opens the door to continuous self-improvement every day. Number 14. Cultivate a robust mindset. Building a resilient mindset is the foundation for facing a turbulent life. In Stoic philosophy, the mind is seen as the ultimate fortress, and how you control your thoughts determines your level of inner peace. While no one can control external circumstances, you have full control over how you respond and think when faced with difficult situations. So how can we cultivate a strong mindset? One of the first steps is learning to distinguish between what you can control and what you cannot. Seneca teaches that worrying about the future or feeling frustrated over things you cannot change only unsettles the mind. Instead, focus on what is within your control, your attitudes and actions. For example, when faced with criticism or failure, instead of being consumed by emotions, you can choose to see it as an opportunity for growth and learning. In reality, many successful people develop this mindset. For instance, Bill Gates, founder of Microsoft, once said that his failures were valuable lessons that helped him build a steadfast mindset, enabling him to keep progressing. Gates didn't let temporary setbacks hinder his long-term goals, but used them as stepping stones to go further. Developing a resilient mindset isn't an easy journey, but every time you face a challenge, without letting your mind waver, you are moving closer to mental freedom. Are you ready to challenge yourself to turn adversity into opportunities for mental strength? In this unpredictable world, the most resilient people are those with the strongest mindset. Number 15. Live in alignment with your values. Personal values are like a guiding compass, the foundation that directs every decision and action in life. When you live out of alignment with those values, your soul becomes torn between what you believe is right and what you're actually doing. This disconnect not only leads to insecurity, but also diminishes the meaning of life. Think of figures like Mahatma Gandhi or Nelson Mandela. They faced countless challenges but remained steadfast in living according to their core values of justice and human rights. That unwavering commitment made them not just icons of their time, but lasting symbols for future generations. Like them, we too face daily choices. It may be easier to follow the path of least resistance or meet the expectations of those around us. But is it truly worth it? Living authentically in alignment with your values, even when it's difficult, brings a deep sense of peace and pride. Ask yourself, will you choose a life of convenience that conflicts with your values, or will you courageously face challenges to live a life of true meaning? Let your values be the torch that lights your path, so no matter how tough the journey, you will always feel that you're living rightly and with purpose. Is there anything more noble? Join the conversation by sharing your thoughts below. Looking back at the 15 pieces of advice inspired by Seneca's philosophy, we find not just principles for mastering ourselves, but also a roadmap to inner peace and strength. The lessons of Stoic philosophy are not abstract theories, but a practical guide for life. Where every challenge is an opportunity for growth, every action holds meaning, and each personal value is protected through steadfastness. Mastering oneself is not an easy destination. It is a long and challenging journey. However, remember that only when we train our minds and willpower can we stand firm amidst life's turmoil. We are the captains of our own lives, and these Stoic principles serve as the compass to help us navigate in the right direction. Ask yourself, are you ready to embark on the journey to mastering your own life? Let each small decision you make today be a step towards a more meaningful and fulfilling life. And don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to spread this philosophy to others. Keep watching for more Stoic lessons displayed at the end of this video. Together, we can make the world a better place.